Do you think God stays in heaven because he too fears what he's created here on earth? That is a line from the film Spy Kids 2. And everyone says, whoa, that's a weird line to be in Spy Kids 2. But let me tell you about Transformers the movie, released in 1986. There's a scene where Hot Rod and Galvatron, voiced by Leonard Nimoy of all people, are fighting inside the halls of a demon planet. It's the 80s. And Hot Rod hides for a moment, and Galvatron says, "Come on out, Autobot. We all must die sometime." And you know me, that's a strange line to be thrown into a kid's movie. A strange, mortalist, almost nihilistic line. And me, being a 6-year-old kid in the theater in 1986, just 1 year before I get my frontal cortex ripped from my skull by an animatronic at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria in the infamous Bite of 87, I'm sitting here thinking, whoa, what did he just say? We all must die sometime? Dying isn't an option that we can opt out of. We can't get away with, it's one of those situations where I'll put it off until the people who want me to do it forget that they wanted me to do it, so I don't have to actually do it. But Galvatron said it in my 1986 children film, animated cartoon movie. We all must die sometime. And they're really hammering the point home. After a few minutes ago, I saw Optimus Prime die before my very eyes. And other people, but who cares about them? Ironhide? What do you care about the South? What are you, a little bit of a white supremacist? What are you, a bit of a KKK? What do you care about states' rights? There's a video done by, if it's not by The Onion, it's by some other parody news source, where it's a video where they teach a gorilla, they're teaching a gorilla sign language. That's a thing in real life. But in this video, they taught the gorilla that it was going to die one day. And they were trying to make it go into an existential crisis by doing sign language, showing them footage of dead gorillas over and over and saying, that will be you one day. And they explained how the gorilla went into this nihilistic breakdown. That was me. I was the gorilla. We were all the gorilla. And Hasbro and Flint Dille, they were the people teaching the gorilla that it will die. But of course, Galvatron's the villain. So the villain must be wrong. Surely we must not all die sometime. Sometime is a very vague point in time. Surely you could argue that no, we don't know we're going to die. But then Hot Rod comes in, the hero, the protagonist, like Luke Skywalker confronting Darth Vader, rushes from the shadows and delivers his excellent rebuttal. He says, and I quote, "And I'm hoping on all levels of hope, what little bit of sanity I have left, what little bit of faith I have in humanity left, hoping, Hot Rod, please prove him wrong, please tell me we all don't die sometime." Hot Rod rushes from the shadows and delivers the great line, "Not today, Galvatron." Not today, Galvatron. So Galvatron comes in, doing some deep nihilistic philosophy, and our hero counters it with, "No." Or, "You're right, but just not today." He didn't say you were going to die today, Hot Rod. He said sometime. And now that I think about it, Hot Rod does die in Universe Featuring the Wreckers. He, sacrifices himself against Cyclonus or something. So he does die at some point in time. So, you know, here I am, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old even. I aged 1 year watching the movie in the theater in 1986. I'm really hoping Hot Rod proves him wrong, but he just says, not today. So essentially, it's like when you have like the angel and demon on your shoulders, and the demon's telling you something bad, and the angel's like telling you like, yeah, that sounds good. Galvatron's like, you're all gonna die one day, and Hot Rod's like, maybe not today though. Statistically unlikely it'll be today, but you know, sometime. That doesn't negate the sometime bit. Transformers the movie told me I was going to die, and my time on this earth was limited. Galvatron's just walking down the hallway just saying, if you keep replacing parts of your body with new surgery stuff, at one point in the transition between each part of your body changing, do you become a different person? Galvatron just walks in and says, yeah, maybe one day we can upload our minds to some sort of program, but is that really immortality if it doesn't have our soul? Galvatron's just walking in saying that man is just a bipedal creature that has no feathers, and Hot Rod is walking in saying, yeah, instead of pulling a Diogenes and saying, this is a man, while pulling an unfeathered chicken out of nowhere. Galvatron's just walking in with his philosophy, like, do we really know where knowledge comes from? What is the epistemology of how we acquire knowledge? And Hot Rod's just like, not today, Galvatron. Thank you, Hot Rod. Thank you for being the hero we needed in this dire time, when this cartoon character voiced by Spock instills a fear of death into every child of 1986. I just think it's a very weird line to be in a movie whose soundtrack includes musicians like Weird Al Yankovic. Why did you even replace Frank Welker with Leonard Nimoy? Like, why was it necessary that Galvatron was Leonard Nimoy? It's like, oh, Megatron gets reformatted by this great evil spirit, so he has a new voice. So it's like, okay, Hot Rod opens the Matrix, which is like God. Does he get a new voice? Nah. We just want Leonard Nimoy. We all must die sometime. I think about that a lot. Thanks, Transformers the movie.